Okay, well, while the new film, The Order, has everything you'd want in a crime thriller, there's a little bit more beneath the surface.
Yeah, based on true events, it looks to explore some of the darkest aspects of American history. Kirsten Cole has more.
This book holds our birthright.
It tells the story of a group of white separatists waging a race war against the United States government.
We don't advocate any of our members breaking any laws.
But some do.
Well, you must understand that. Being in a cult like the federal government.
The film The Order takes a deep dive into the rise of domestic terrorism in 1980s Idaho. Australian filmmaker Justin Kurzel, who directed the film, was intrigued by the story, which on the surface is a typical cops versus criminal element. But the further he dove into the script, he began to realize it was unlike most crime.
I was looking for my first American film, and the things that I really loved, were films like Mississippi Burning and French Connection, and these sort of Lumet kind of Friedkin type films that were a huge influence on me, and sort of had an Americana about them that I was always really intrigued by and loved. And I just read this script, and straight from the first 2 pages, it just felt like one of those films, and had a kind of energy about it that I could really, connect with and relate to. And then, by page 15, you suddenly realize these people that are robbing these banks are actually like one of America's first domestic terrorist groups. And you're going, right, this is interesting. Who are they?
Even though The Order was based on true events, certain elements were fictionalized to not only give leeway to the performers, but also treat the subject matter with as much respect as possible. Lead actors Jude Law and Ty Sheridan found this helpful in terms of immersing themselves into their characters and being able to convey to audiences the poignant themes that are still relevant to this day.
So all of those were details that came up through discussion, and I just had a clear picture that I kept expressing to Zach and Justin, that I wanted to feel like Husk was us. There was this sense that, that sense where you feel the battle is behind you, and what you don't realize is that the battle is actually in front of you. At the very moment you're ready to hang up your spurs, there's still a long way to go.
I think, we all carry that responsibility, regardless of what it is, to try to make the world a better place. And I think, the movie is really an ode to the law enforcement officers everywhere who are trying to serve law and order and really trying to protect their communities, trying to protect democracy, trying to protect their nation, in this case, from domestic terror groups like The Order.
Victory